Hey guys, it's Tony here. I'm currently in Chicago taking a 1 week improv intensive course at the Annoyance Theatre, and I just thought it'd be pretty cool to send some updates on how the course is going, what we're learning, and what the improv scene is like up here if you haven't been here. So, yeah, just what is a 1 week intensive? So, it runs from Monday to Friday, 10 to 5. So, fairly jam packed days. And this particular year, we're actually lucky. A couple of the days we actually have 2 hour classes after the main class. So, from 5 to 7, we've got a couple of other smaller classes. So, it is jam packed. What else is there? So, the class is pretty full, 16 people, experience from all over the world. So we've got people from the States, Poland, UK, New Zealand, and I'm the only one from good old Australia. Everyone's very experienced. The average would be around 5 years. I'm definitely the most junior one there, so a little bit, nerve wracking, but it's pretty cool. Everyone's really chill. And it's also good to be thrown in the deep end with experienced people. I feel that's when you really learn. Yeah, the other cool thing is if you sign up to the Annoyance, they when they give you a student card, that actually gives you free entry to all the Annoyance shows here, and it gives you a discount to the shows at IO and Second City. So that's pretty cool. What else is there? The other thing I'm really, impressed with here is that there's so many schools, and each night they run multiple shows. So it's just, crazy. Basically, every night of the week, you have so many shows to choose from, both improv and stand-up. It's pretty cool if you like comedy. The way the course is structured, so basically every day you cover the next level in improv. So I'll get stuck into Monday. I'll try and just talk about Monday session, and then I'll post up another video about Tuesday and so on. So to Monday was all about Annoyance Theatre Level 1. So the key topics covered were just the foundations around their philosophy around improv. So the yes-anding principle, character development, object work, and emotions. So when it came to character development, we covered both developing the character from outside in, so starting with the physicality, and also from inside out, so starting with an emotion or a belief. For the, I guess, developing a character with a physicality, we played this pretty cool game. It was called the Character Diamond. So you get 4 people up on the stage in the, I guess, shape of a diamond. The first person was responsible for assigning the character a physicality, second person voice, third person a quirk, so some unique or interesting movement, and then the last person had to put that all together and then embody and display this character. So that was pretty interesting. Had to name them, act them out, tell us a story, a bit about who this person is, their family, and I guess just summarize with some final words. That was pretty cool. The other method was inside out. So what we did to practice this was, once again, get people up on stage. We assigned everyone to be a subject matter expert in that area. So from that piece of information, they had to really think about, right, say for example, could be an expert in golf, or even there's a lot of crazy suggestions like an expert in making sandwiches and things like that. So I guess what you had to do was think about, all right, I'm an expert in this topic. What are my beliefs on the world? How do I move? What type of physicality do I have? And yeah, basically we did like a Q&A session. So then the audience were asking questions of all the experts in their fields and getting their take on the world. Then we did object work. So we touched on the basics, getting used to, drinking a cup of coffee or writing with writing with pen and paper, using your mobile and a gun, or the key ones in improv. So, this isn't a phone, this is a phone, sort of, using your smartphone. I guess the general consensus was people found it most challenging with the more fine movements, so actually writing with a pen or even using like a knife and fork. So I guess the key takeaways there was just to practice it at home. Do those things at home with the items and then practice without. Then when it came to emotions, we did a lot of work in gibberish. So this is talking in a not a language, just making up words. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So first we did like two peas in a pod, or in a circle, and we did 4-line scenes. One person would go up to another person and talk in gibberish with an emotion. So you could be happy, sad, excited, or whatever. Yeah, and then they had to respond. So it was really just about exploring all the different emotions and letting that come out. So you're, I guess, playing around with all the different emotions to sort of be a well-rounded improviser. We actually went further with that, and we did sort of short scenes where I think back in LMA you sort of call it like freeze, but we would do sort of like a schmooch, and people would jump in and tap out someone and continue a scene in gibberish, which was pretty interesting because we were communicating without like real words. But the scenes were still very interesting. The last thing we did around emotions was an exercise, just two-handed scenes. So we split up the stage into 3 sections, A, B, and C, and we'd assign an emotion to each one of those sections. So say, for example, all the way on the left could be excitement, in the middle could be sad, and on the right could be happy. And wherever you were on the stage in those sections, you had to display that emotion. So it was really cool, especially when you had emotions that were really contrasting, and that really added to the scene. It was quite funny. But I guess the other thing it sort of taught us was, feel free to explore with the character, and just a simple thing like changing the emotion can really change the dynamic of the scene. And that was everything for day 1. I don't want to harp on too long because these clips, this one's already gone for 7 minutes, so that's long enough. Yeah, I'll post up another video around what we did in day 2. Ciao.